So the fact that you notice something you are doing that is incorrect it should be regarded as a blessing. So you begin by saying, you smile a little and say, oh, thank God I noticed this. Now let me see if I can let go. To let go of that kind of tension, if I have to let go of Mula Bandha, I would do that. And then slowly see if I can engage the Mula Bandha without tightening my sense organs like that. It is a back and forth process. Ideally, a yogi is supposed to hold his Mula Bandha 25 hours a day. I don't know where you get the extra hour from, but it means all the time, but not with attention. You exercise those areas so much that it holds a certain tone, like any muscle would. You know, if my bicep is weak and I exercise with some weight and so on, eh, there comes a time when even when I'm not exercising, there's a certain tone to that muscle. A healthy tone must remain in the muscle. Same with Mula Bandha, to begin with, at least is a muscular action. How to engage that without tightening eyes, ears, tongue, throat, how to engage it without interfering with the breath. This is an art that has to be learned over a period. Anybody, even somebody who is, let's say, a very good student, when they first begin, they are going to tense unnecessarily. The mind has learned to recognize the difference and slowly learn not to tense. But it is a back and forth process. You try Mula Bandha, if you try gently, perhaps you don't tighten your eyes, ears, tongue. Okay? You try to engage a little more strongly and you start tightening other areas, so you let go and slowly learn to see that you can, little by little, make that tone better without unnecessary tightness. And a similar answer, perhaps you are extending from Kathleen's question, similar answer would apply to what she is asking also. And it would differ from person to person. Not to forget the understanding that we are aiming towards something that we call perfect. Okay? If you ever get there, then your idea of that perfect is not a correct idea. Perfection belongs to that which we call God, whatever your understanding of God. Okay? As far as you are a human being locked in this peculiar mechanism, you're not going to be perfect, and yet you aim towards getting there. When you look at it that way, perfection really doesn't even apply to the mind and your abilities with the physical body. It applies much more to the sense of your awareness of who you think you are. Now, in saying that, am I saying that I know who I am? All I can say is my mind knows a little better than it did last year. Have I improved in my sense of understanding of who I am? It is generally tested when somebody pushes my button. And I think many of my friends know my response to that particular thing. When your button is pushed, the first thing to look at is why do you have that button? If you don't have that particular button, nobody can push it. If I am a yoga teacher and I'm very proud of being a good yoga teacher, and somebody says to me that, so and so is better or you're not that good, why does it bother me? If there's something to be learned from that comment, then my mind should be open to learning. But it shouldn't bother my ego. I'm always amused when somebody says so and so is the best yoga teacher. To make a statement like that, if it's logical, You have to know all the yoga teachers. Nobody does that. Nobody can know all the yoga teachers. So when you say you are the best, who are you comparing it to? Best amongst the ones you know. That's all.